he's looking rough. And you're right, it's because I've took off the smoothing thing off of TikTok. Because this is my first review. Well, in-depth review, I guess, something like that. Anyway, and it's of the Ofra Blush and Bronzer Duo Compact in Unit that I received from the cohorted box, the February one, by the way. Just to start off, I cannot stand pans like this. Like, it just gives me so much anxiety. Like, this is really dangerous in my opinion, and you could end up totally mixing it. And I know the whole thing is, you know, you use a smaller brush and things like that, but I have the brushes that I like to use, and I'm a stubborn bitch and I don't want to change them. But yeah, pans like this scare me a lot. But we're gonna do it anyway. And so I'm going to put my base on and we'll see how it goes. If that ends up as blush, I'm screwed. Okay, and I'm back. God, my makeup is crazy. But I must go in order. Autistic. I cannot mess with my routine. And next is blush. This is a lot pinker and more rosier than I'm normally for. I tend to go for a really peach kind of blush, or even borderline orange, to be honest with you. God, the whole split in the pan still makes me really nervous. Is a decent amount of fallout. It's powder at the end of the day, so what do you expect? By the way, this blush and bronzer duo in units actually £22. I don't think I'd pay that much for it, but that's like just in general. As a blush and bronzer, I wouldn't spend that much, regardless if it's great or not. So, oh yeah, by the way, because it looks like I've got blush on already, technically I have. I always put a base down, like I do all the cream products, and then I go on top with like the powder. And I have to admit, I'm actually quite liking this. It's quite pretty. I'm gathering like they do with most of them. You know, when you get an Ofra highlighter palette, they tend to do like the single ones of them as well. I'm gathering you could probably get this blush. Maybe, I don't know. I'd have to look. Maybe you could get this blush on its own and bronzer maybe. I mean, if I was to get it, that's exactly what I'd go for. I would never. As I've made it kind of never pick a pan like this. Oh God. You know what, it may not be my kind of colour, because as I said, I tend to go for a peachier, oranger kind of blush, but it is really nice. It's blending out really well as well. The best way to do it, in my opinion, the way I do it, of course it's the best, I tend to like pat it on, and then I'll do sweeping motions to almost soften it out, and then, because obviously big pink kind of stripe light thing, I tend to then go back in with the contour and then the bronzer. It never sits like this, but we're reviewing this, nothing else. Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's very matte. Like, you know, sometimes you get that foundation, blusher that's got that shine to it, even if it's not meant to. It doesn't have that. Like, it's really, really matte, which I know a lot of people love. Yeah, I like it. Wow. Let me just finish the other side, and then we'll be on to the bronzer side. Okay, just gonna say, as I said, I do like cream base and all that, as most drag queens do, before you go in with like powder. The Elf Putty blush is what I go under the blusher areas, and it seems to be working alright. For the like cream contour and bronzer and that, I tend to just use one of the Elf Camo concealers, because, I mean, it's just a good one to go for. So the bronzer side, this is what I use, and I'm nervous. So like this seems maybe a bit light, because I tend to go for that real bronzed look, and like I was debating doing it or not, because I tend to also put in just a bit of shimmer. So when I was talking about the blusher being really matte, I'm used to it having a bit of shimmer in it. Same with the bronzer, and this looks very matte. God, this is making me nervous. I absolutely despise pans like this. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably not the neatest bronzer. I tend to just go near enough all over with it, because, as I said, I am for that real bronze look, and it also helps like, in my opinion, balance like the white contrast of my face, because obviously I use quite a white light concealer for like the highlighting areas, and sometimes it can be quite harsh. It always looks harsher for some reason on camera than in real life. My makeup is harsh. Don't get me wrong. My makeup's really really harsh, but in person, like, this isn't as white as it looks. Believe me. I need someone to do like editing videos for me because I hate this so much. It's alright, I guess. As I said, probably it's not dark enough for me, and it doesn't have my signature glowiness to it, but it does its job. I definitely prefer the blush compared to the bronzer side. Yeah, I mean, it's not my kind of product, I'm not gonna lie. The pan alone seals the deal for me. But I do like the blusher. And I never, as I said, I never pick rosy, pinky blushes. But I think with the Alf putty blush in the Fiji one, which is the one I use, it still gives me that slight orange ness to it, which I feel like if I use this on its own, it would be that real pinky, rosy kind of blush. No offense, but the kind of blush I tend to relate to grandma's. But I feel like the putty blush really helps it give me that colour that I like. Okay, so I'll finish and you'll have my final thoughts. Okay, and we're back. What do you think of the final look? Now, it's kind of creepy. My makeup does that thing where it doesn't really change all that much. This is without the softening thing that TikTok does. Tell me if you see the difference. This is without. This is it with. It's just like gives my face that pillowy look that I like and wish it had, where it's so much harsher. Like, but it's not crazy. Where without my makeup, I think I look busted. Without the smoothing effect. Anyway, listen to me and my vainness. On back to the blusher bronzer thing. Well, as I said, I thought I had lipstick on my teeth. I'm not fond of the pan. I prefer, like, it's just dangerous in my opinion to put two completely different colours and things basically next to each other. However, I love the formulas. I love Ofra in general, especially their highlighters. I don't think I'd spend £22 on it, but then again, I'm a cheapskate. The only thing I really splurge on is highlighters, and their highlighters are amazing, but it's not that highlighter, it's not this. Yeah, I really like this colour actually. Don't think I would. It's very rosy, grandma-like, but I think it's gone well with my cream blush. It's given it that peachy, rosy pink sort of taste. The bronzer is a bit light for me. I tend to go a little bit darker. I also tend to have a bit of shimmer in both. It's either a bit of shimmer or satin. These are very, very matte. So I would always go over with a bit of highlighter. So for example, with this one, I went over with the Jeffree Star Dark Horse Skin Frost, which I usually do if I'm out of shimmer bronzer, and it just gives me my face that glow. However, if it wasn't for the pan, I would totally recommend, but I wouldn't buy this personally because of the pan. But yeah, I recommend it if you're careful and not like me and just go nuts with makeup. And I'm really, really impressed with myself that I didn't end up having my blusher on my forehead. So yes, I recommend for those with a steady hand, which mine's always,